Hello, and welcome to week 19 of pregnancy. Yay! Alright, so it is Wednesday, September 7th, and I haven't filmed the past couple days just because, one, I haven't really had much to tell besides the norm of repetitive stuff over the past few weeks. I'm sure you guys are getting sick of hearing that. But I will say, tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. I go for my checkup, and then I go for a cervix checkup. And tomorrow is day one of going every 2 weeks to check on my cervix, which I think is a little excessive personally. I don't know why they have to do that. The only reason why I can think of why they have to do it is because, one, I'm having triplets. They don't want them to come early. And two, because my previous daughter came at 36 weeks and 6 days. So she was slightly preemie. So I understand why they have to do it. I just think it's excessive and I think it's unnecessary. But that's just me. Now, if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns about that, or if you've had your cervix checked every 2 weeks, please comment that below, because I do think it's a little excessive. But anyways, on that note, I have a mitten here. This is Bandit. No, I haven't been filming for the past couple days just because I've been taking it easy. Jim has been sick. He came home last Friday not feeling too good. He thought he had a heat stroke. And then he woke up Saturday with a high fever and just body aches all around. It's not COVID. It is not COVID. Or the ambience variant or one of the freaking COVID variants. There's 20 variants of COVID by now. It's not that. So, but he has been sleeping in the small room, and anytime he's out in the general house, that sounds so weird. It sounds like he's in population. Basically, he's been sleeping in a small room. He's been staying in that small room, just resting up. And then every time he's in the kitchen and dining room, he's been wearing a mask around just in case for any reason. Like Saturday and Sunday, we didn't know if it could be COVID, but then he did get tested. It was negative, so it's fine. But he's been staying away from me because I'm pregnant, and we don't want me to get sick, and then the babies get sick. I know that in pregnancy, your immune system tends to be a little bit better because the babies protect you from getting sick. That's not in old people, but I mean, I know that that's a statistic that I've been told by several doctors, that your immune system is slightly better in pregnancy. But I've always been really, really healthy anyways. Last night I didn't sleep well, and I have a little bit of body aches. I'm not getting sick from Jim. Oh, by the way, he is feeling better. It took him till yesterday to start feeling better, but he was still really weak because he hasn't been eating, because he hasn't had an appetite, and he's been trying to hydrate, and minus the fever, which, by the way, our thermometer, is that the right word, thermometer? Because we have one of those ones that you push the button. We don't have the forehead one or the other temperature one. We just have the one that you stick underneath your tongue or your armpit or up your butt. Yes, there is a way to check your temperature rectally, which they do in animals, and I have done it in one of my kids just because their arm wasn't getting an accurate reading, which you can do. Just don't stick it in your baby's bum that far. Just get it in there just enough, and they will poop right afterwards, by the way. So, but moving forward, our thermometer's battery died, so I couldn't check his temperature. But I knew he was sick when I gave him Pedialyte, because I don't care for Gatorade, and I know that when you're sick, your electrolytes are down. He did not throw up. He just had a fever. But I gave him Pedialyte because I always try to keep that on hand anyways, just for pregnancy-wise, to keep me hydrated in case water's not working. He drank that. I mean, it's one of those normal size. I don't know how many milliliters it is, but he drank that in 5-10 minutes tops. I mean, you're supposed to sip on it. And when I heard that he drank it that fast, I was like, ooh, that's not good. That means that your body is really I knew he was sick. You could tell he was sick. He was pale, he was clammy, he was his forehead was hot and sweaty, his chest was cold and clammy, minus the fever. So he has taken 4 million showers to semen out and everything else, and just stay clean. So in the small room, he has to take all that stuff out, and then I have to wash all of it. Even the pillow that he's been sleeping on, I probably have to wash the pillow just in case. But yeah, he's feeling a lot better as of yesterday. So, but I am having belly aches, not from being sick, because yesterday, here's a funny story. So our little kitten Bandit has diarrhea. Oh yes. And he jumped on the bed because he likes to snuggle up to me every night. I mean, he likes to snuggle up on my belly. And we have this thing now where I put him on my belly and I pet him, kind of like a mama cat would lick their cats. And that's what habit we have gotten into. Well, last night he had pooped off my belly. Oh, it was the funniest thing, you guys. It was the grossest thing. And I know this is probably TMI, but like if you've had pets or if you've had kids, it's like I've never had one of my kids poop on me. So to have a cat poop on me was really weird, but like I was petting him and then I felt his tail and I was like, what is this goop in your tail? And I just thought it was like his saliva from like his brother or the dog, or he accidentally fell in the water dish, which he has done before, which was hilarious, by the way. There wasn't much water in the water dish when he fell, but it still was funny. But no, I looked at it and I looked at my hand, I'm like, ew. And then all of a sudden I heard like that, and I didn't really feel it on my belly, but I looked down and was like, okay. So I picked him up, put him in our bathroom sink really fast, and then he thought he was freaking out, so he didn't claw me, he was just kind of wiggling around, and the more he wiggled around, the more poop would come out. I should have taken him straight to the litter box. I did do that, and as soon as I put him in there, he jumped right back out, so that didn't work. So yeah, there was that. So I didn't plan on taking a shower yesterday. I had to, but while I was in the shower, I don't know if I dropped something or I don't know what I was doing. But I pulled this muscle right here, this little like if you guys can see that right here. It's more up here in my neck area, and if you've ever pulled that muscle, it hurts, and it's really hard to like get comfortable because you can try to work it out by doing this, stretch it out, and try to pop your neck and do all that stuff. And you can take a massagey thing and massage it out, and nothing was working yesterday. So trying to sleep on my left side yesterday, because I mean, I try to sleep on my left side, and now that I'm comfortable to sleep on my left side, and then I'm finally comfortable to sleep on my left side, because I've always been a right side sleeper. Now that I'm comfortable enough to sleep on my left side, it was just really hard. So I didn't sleep very well, so that's why I am achy today. And a little tired, but not like overly tired. Oh, excuse me. I'm looking outside right now because I heard thunder earlier, and there's a big dark cloud over our house. And both of our big cats are outside right now. They're chasing all the lizards around, which is hilarious to watch. But I'm so distracted by one of our kittens now is like jumping up and down. But yeah, so that was the TMI story and the backstory of why I am achy today. Yeah, that not much else has happened. Yeah, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I will say another thing. I don't think I talked about this last week. I might have, but I'm not sure. But we'll just repeat it if I did. Our car, Jim was driving either to or from work. I can't remember which. And the radiator blew. So it's now stuck at his work. And since he's been sick, he hasn't been going to work just to make sure that he's well rested, because even though he wants to go back to work, his body probably is a little weak still. But he'll probably go back either Friday or Monday. Monday he'll definitely go back unless it decides to rain, because I mean he's a roofer. He can't work in the rain. So that's puts a lot of stress on me. And I know he says don't stress, but it's just like it's really stressful because if he doesn't work, that's our only source of income, and then our bills don't get paid, and then this, and then that. And now we have to fix the radiator. So it's kind of like I get overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, and I'm going to start crying because it's reality. Things happen. We only have one car. We live way out in the middle of nowhere. We don't live on a bus route. Thank God he works with our neighbors. Thank God he works with our neighbors where he could get a ride to work with them because they, he doesn't work with our neighbors, but they all go to the same shop, and then they separate to go on their own roofing jobs, if that makes sense. So he can always get a ride to work. He ride home, his boss or one of his other coworkers, the crew that he works with, one of his people will drive him at least to the end of the dirt road, and then if I had the car here, I could drive down to the end of the dirt road and pick him up. If not, he can walk. But that's been stressful. I don't think I talked about the car last week. I know I talked about a little bit of my feeling pregnant, starting to feel pregnant and bad and stuff. So mentally right now, it's really starting to hit me mentally about the weight gain. And I know I talked a little bit about this last week, but it's really, I go through this with all my pregnancies. It's really hard for me to gain the baby weight, and when my entire body starts growing, like my arms start growing, my legs start growing, like my chin, like I don't know, like I look at this like right here. I know it's the way I'm sitting, but I look at this and I'm like, okay, that's disgusting, And I know I'm not alone on this. But mentally, I'm starting to get to that point of panic. Like I need to start working out, at least my arms. I need to start figuring out a plan for after the babies that's safe. Even though I'm going to have a C-section, I have to make sure the C-section's healed. I have to get approval from the doctors to do workouts. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and after C-section go ahead and do like 100 crunches or anything. No. But like do the little things. Like I can do the circle things. I know I talked about that last week. I don't know if I'll have the energy or the approval to get on my elliptical after the babies are born. I may not even want to. But in my head, I am just thinking about how I'm going to recover and how I'm going to get back down to a decent size. And I know that's so stupid. But I know I'm not alone. I know I'm one of millions of females who sit there and panics about how they're going to get back to the pre-baby weight. That and the whole pregnancy stomach. Like, if you have a C-section, it's easier. In my opinion, I've always been really good at not flattening out my belly. I will always have that baby pooch ever since my son, who's the oldest. But I've always been able to do enough crunches to at least get a flat enough stomach to look toned, I guess. Not skinny, but toned and healthy. And after C-section, I know it's going to be a little bit harder, especially after having triplets, to tone up that belly. I did look into dermal rolling. I'm not going to get into that right now. But I'm going to hopefully buy the tools to do that and do that after the babies are born. Like, if I come home and I'm recovering from a C-section, I'm going to start doing that. And then when the babies come home, I'll hopefully, that's my plan now. I'm only 19 weeks though. I always have these plans. And I know I can say this, and when I look back at these videos, I'm going to laugh and say, oh, that plan went right out the door. But it's good to have a plan. But that's where I'm at mentally. Is that I'm starting to feel just very, like, mentally, I won't say depressed. I don't really know how to describe it. But it's nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing that I have to talk to my doctor about. Like, it's normal, and I know that it's normal, and I know how to mentally get myself out of that. Because I know as long as the babies are healthy and growing and thriving while I'm pregnant with them, then that's all that matters. And then as long as my C-section, I recover from my C-section the best way I can, or I'm told I can, then that's all that matters. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for today, I guess. Yeah, Jim's been sick. Now he's feeling better. Our car's broke down. Hopefully we can get a radiator on Friday when he gets paid. He is getting a payday loan, so we can fix the car. And then, let's see, I'm Jim's been sick, the car's been broken down. Mentally, I'm feeling just, I don't know, like normal, fat, and ugly, I guess. I don't know. And then doctor's appointment tomorrow, and my poor cat with his issues. He did have a little bit still of diarrhea today, but at least he tries to get into the litter box now. And I know yesterday he got into the litter box, but I think the other 3 cats that we have must have told him, hey, don't do that in the litter box because we have to walk in there. I don't know if cats talk to them. I don't know if cats talk to each other. But in my head, I always think animals talk to each other. But so he's been pooping on this towel outside the litter box that collects all the loose litter off their paws. So I had to clean that up today and throw out that towel because there was a lot on there. And it was so gross. I say it's gross, but it's reality. If you have pets, if you have kids, and since I've never had my kids poop on me, it's just a prelude. And as gross as it was, I'm washable. My floors are washable. What I was going to say though, really fast, is that since the car's broken down, how am I going to get to my doctor's appointment? You're wondering. If you weren't wondering that, well, my mom's going to come and pick us up today. She has to pick up my nieces and nephew from school. Anyway, my mom's coming to pick us up. We're going to spend the night at her house. She's going to take us to the doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then we're going to come home tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow hopefully will be a fast appointment. I always say I'll try to film. No idea if I will. No idea if I'm allowed to. I probably won't remember to because by the time I remember to film, it's like I'm already in there and I'm already talking to the nurse or the doctor, and I don't feel like pulling out the camera. Or I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I don't know how vloggers do that. If you are a vlogger and you film doctor's appointments, please let me know, please, because I still haven't figured out how to go about doing that. I will try. If I do, you guys will see that. If not, obviously I'll give you the update after tomorrow. On that note, until later. Hello, and welcome to day 5 of 19 weeks pregnant. Alright, so this morning I had a doctor's appointment. This morning I did not film the doctor's appointment. 1, because I was way too tired to care to film. 2, I forgot my camera at my mom's house. Well, I brought it home with me, but I forgot it at my mom's house. If you see me looking down, I'm in the process of chopping up a bunch of vegetables because I'm cooking chili tonight. And I thought I'd go ahead and film this now while I have it on my mind. So ignore the loud chopping sounds that you hear in the background. So anyways, doctor's appointment, got in, got out so fast. My appointment was at 8. We were a little late getting to my appointment, but that's okay because they usually schedule like I don't know how many people, like 15 people at 8 a.m., which is fine. But basically, all the babies were moving. They found the heartbeats right away. The babies did shift around, so they're not, they're still A, B, and C, obviously, but they're no longer girl, girl, boy. It's more like it was boy, girl, girl. But all the heartbeats looked great, and they were wiggling around, and everything was good. And then I went upstairs, got my cervix checked, and the cervix checkup was really well. Everything's closed still, obviously. I mean, I shouldn't say obviously, but as of right now at 19 weeks, everything's closed, which is what you're supposed to have. What you want, I don't know. Anyways, so basically my blood pressure today was 112/76. My pulse rate was 92. So far in my pregnancy, total since day 1, I've gained 5.5 pounds. I've gained 1 pound since 2 weeks ago, so that's not too bad. So if you really want to know my weight currently, you know what, I'm not that embarrassed. Currently my weight is 177 point, I think 6, which, yes, technically for being 5'3", that's overweight, but considering that I'm carrying triplets, I don't know if that's normal or not. I probably shouldn't be this size, and I think I'm burning my onions here. I have to turn down my stove. Technically, I don't think I should be this, not size, weight, this early, but Hey, I'm healthy, the babies are healthy, and that's all that matters. Let me stir these onions. But, yeah, so all we did today was we went to the doctor, and then we had to drop my mom off at her old job, because she still kind of temporarily works for her old job. She has her master's in accounting, and says she helps out when she can at her old job doing like accounting stuff, like some things that her boss just either can't do himself because he's really busy, or he just doesn't know how because it's like a complicated accounting thing. And they figured, well, since she used to work for the company, she knows the company, then they don't have to hire an accountant to come and work for them or whatever. But I do have some ultrasound pictures to show you guys. She didn't get too many ultrasound pictures. Oh, that's what I was going to say. After my cervix check, they made sure, the babies were all good. Took the measurements of the babies, like each placenta, made sure all the fluids were still good. Took a picture of my uterus and made sure, like my uterus was still, I don't know, whatever. And then measured all the baby's heartbeats and legs. So I didn't get too many pictures today just because the babies weren't really moving that much. They fell back to sleep. They were wiggling when I went for my checkup downstairs, but they fell asleep for the ultrasound. I didn't expect them to check. Sorry, there's a mosquito. The ultrasound pictures, but anyway, so we have, this is on the foot of one of them. This is like the profile of one of them, or you can see like the other baby back here, and then you have this baby, and then you have, I don't know if that's a foot or head, but she tried to get all three babies, but I think that could be all three heads. I know this is a head for sure because you can see the eyeball right there. But there's all three heads. It's funny because I was like, you have bubble, alien head. And then the last picture that we got was this one of it trying to suck its thumb or eat its hand or whatever. So, yeah, that doctor's appointment went really, really well. Right now, like I said, I'm in the process of cooking chili. I'm a little speedy because I had to get a small coffee when my mom got coffee. Because I was just like, I have to cook, I have to go grocery shopping. We did not get everything at the grocery store that we needed just because we were pressed for time. Because my mom has picked up my sister's kids at school. She has to be in line at their school at 2 to pick them up by 2:30. So we basically had enough time to drop me off with the groceries before Jim had to turn around and take my mom's car back. So other than that, that's all I have to say for right now. I will say that, I was going to show you guys the massager thing. I'll probably do that later, just because I don't feel like going in the bedroom and getting it. But I will say that my nose has been running all day. It's like stuffy on this side, and it's been running. So I don't know if that's from my mom's house being dry, because I'm so used to having like 4 million fans on in my house. And I don't know if it was just the dry air in her house, or I wasn't used to it, or it's just really stuffy. But either way, babies are healthy. I'm healthy. All right. Till later. All right. It is September 9th. So last night, yesterday we were at my mom's. I vlogged a little bit of it, and my nose was running all day. I was fine at my doctor's appointment. I was fine until I was cooking chili yesterday. Once I started cooking chili yesterday, I don't know why, but like my back just started hurting really, really badly. And so I was resting, and my nose was stuffed up on this side, which is my left side, and it was running like crazy. I think I mentioned that yesterday, but I was stuffed up but runny nose. And I thought, okay, well, I have nasal spray. I'll just, get it unclogged. And woke up today, and it's a head cold. I have, it's right here, and it's all of my nose. It's such a severe head cold that I am so exhausted. I have an appetite. I can taste everything. I can smell everything. My nose is not stuffed up at the moment. I just feel like pure, like exhausted, and I have been trying to eat things all day because I know you have to eat. I ate a turkey and cheese sandwich with no mayonnaise, no mustard, just turkey and cheese earlier today, and then I had some leftover chili,
I almost ate the whole bowl of chili, but got to a point where I was just so tired of like eating. And I ate enough, I think, earlier, but I was just so exhausted. And every time I eat, I go back to sleep. I just made some oatmeal right now because it's like 6:41 p.m. And if I've only had a sandwich and like probably a cup of chili, that's not good enough. I've been trying to stay hydrated all day. Jim had to go babysit my sister's kids, so while my mom goes out to dinner, so he's not home. Me getting up to take the dogs outside wears me out. Like, I don't feel like I'm running a fever. I don't feel hot. I just feel really massively tired, and I don't know if it's a head cold. It's like one of those moments where Jim keeps asking me what medicine to buy me that I can take. With the sinus drainage, it's draining down my throat, so like my whole left side of my throat hurts. But I don't have a cough, so cough syrup's out. There's really almost nothing you can take for a head cold, I don't think. I mean, I think there are things you can take for a head cold. I don't really know. But I did change my sheets and my blanket and all my pillowcases and took a shower earlier. I've been going through, I think I went through 3 snot rags already with blowing my nose. I'm on my 4th one I just picked out. When I say snot rags, I use washcloths. I mean, people use handkerchiefs back in the day, and we don't have Kleenexes, so I just use washcloths. It's fine. They're washable, they're usable. I've been doing this for years. It's environmentally, I was going to say safe, friendly. But anyways, so I'm vlogging this because I have not been sick in a pregnancy in so long, so I don't know what to do. And the only thing I know is just listen to my body. And if my body wants sleep, I'm just going to have to sleep it off. I did luckily sorry, my cat's like literally right across from me on my laundry thing. But I did buy pads. Because it gets to the point in a pregnancy, I don't know if all people have this problem, but like where if you cough or sneeze sometimes, you tend to leak. And even if you just pee. So I put one of those on because with my body being whatever, it's hard to do a Kegel to keep all that in when I sneeze, when it's out of nowhere. But it's like, I feel like I don't have body aches. I don't feel like I'm burning up. When I get up to do things, I feel fine. Like, I'm not dizzy. I just feel, and the only reason why I feel weak is because I'm not eating. I didn't really eat today, and I slept all day. So it's kind of like I don't want to sleep anymore. But at the same time, my body's telling me to sleep. So, but I will keep you guys posted because, I mean, Jim just got over being sick. So I don't know if he got me sick. But I was fine until I spent the night at my mom's. So I don't know if something in her house made me sick, like if it was too dry of air or Jim did actually make me sick. But he had a different symptoms. He was freezing. He was running a fever. He had body aches. He was coughing. I mean, granted, he's a smoker, but still, I mean, he had it worse. I'm just pure exhausted. And you guys can probably tell that. Like, I just feel like I just want to sleep. Like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink anything. I just want to sleep. But I'm trying to stay as hydrated as I can. And I didn't want any more chili. It's not spice in the chili that was making me not want it. It's too much for me right now. So I thought oatmeal is really hearty and will fill me up, hopefully. My only concern is babies, because we just went to the doctor yesterday, so I know that they were fine yesterday. It's just weird how, like, after I came home, I was fine, and then I was standing up cooking chili, and I just went straight downhill. So, I don't know. But I'm sitting on my toilet right now. If you guys want some TMI, because I had to pee, I thought I'd bring you guys in here to vlog, because I'm not about to turn on my bedroom light and do anything. But, I mean, I'm one of those people, I don't get sick often, like, at all. Like rarely ever. So when I get sick, I try to do everything that I can to make myself better. If I was not pregnant, I would probably be having some hot whiskey with some honey in it, but I can't. Obviously, I'm not going to do that while I'm pregnant. Hot tea does not sound good right now. I did, however, put some salt water, like some warm to hot salt water, and gargle that because that helped my throat. I don't know if you're supposed to do that when you have a dry throat, when you have a sore throat, because it helped to clear up the dry throatness, but the salt, I think, dried it up more. I don't know, you guys. I haven't been sick in so long, so it's really weird. I mean, last year we got sick. I don't know. I'll have to just keep you guys posted and see how I feel tomorrow. All I know as of right now is that I don't feel like I'm burning up. I'm not freezing. I do have an appetite. Like, I want to eat. It's just when I actually eat something, I get so exhausted eating anything. I am thirsty. I'm trying to drink water. Jim hopefully is going to buy me some Pedialyte and some orange juice. Hopefully he will, because I know vitamin C will help. I cannot take Theraflu in pregnancy. I know that, or maybe I can. I'll have to look that back up. But other than my sinuses, it's all in my head. It's all in my head because I can feel it like here. I can feel it here. I can feel it here. Like, if I do this feels really good. So it's just a head cold, and I hate getting head colds because they make me so loopy and they wear me out. And then with the sinus drainage, I just don't want to eat. So it just has to run its course. I don't know what else to do. Tomorrow's Saturday, so unless I go to the fucking hospital and get checked out, which then I'll be sitting there for probably 8 fucking hours, because our hospital here in New Hanover used to be a public hospital, and then they switched to private. Well, if you guys read anything in the news about Novant Health in Wilmington, North Carolina, a patient died waiting to be seen. So, and I know that I'm pregnant, but, and you would think that would put me top priority with triplets being pregnant. The fucking hospital does not care. Our hospital, like, it was fine when it was public. I bet you I could go in there, send them, like, the baby section and get checked out and be seen right away. But since they switched to private, people are having, like, problems, and I don't feel bad enough to go to the hospital yet and get checked out. I'm just going to sleep it off and see how I feel tomorrow. But I wanted to come on here and blog that because people get sick all the time, and I don't know if Jim got me sick. I don't know if it's the environment, but I don't know. So there's that. All right, update on my sickness. If you cannot tell by my voice, which is probably going to go away, it is the evening of 9:10, so it's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. I'm looking at my little clock in the bottom of my screen here. So, if you cannot tell, I am not doing so good. It's definitely a sinus infection, which sucks. I've had sinus infections in the past. I haven't had a sinus infection in, like, probably since 2018 or 16. I think the last time I had a sinus infection this severe was 2016. And I remember. Anyways. Yeah. I just kind of woke up, so I'm also groggy from that because I'm trying to sleep as much as possible. I'm trying to stay hydrated. My throat hurts so badly, like, on this side. I have cough drops. I have throat numbing cream. I have Vicks Vapor Rub that Jim got. I'm now drinking Pedialyte because water is irritating my throat, and Pedialyte helps. I did drink some hot water with honey, and I don't feel like making any more. I had some oatmeal, and I had some chili. Okay, so I will say one thing. I cannot taste or smell anything, and I know what you're thinking. COVID. I know. Other than my sore throat and my sinus problem, I'm fine. Like, I don't have a fever. I don't have body aches. I'm not hot. I'm not cold. Like, so every symptom of COVID, I don't have except for the loss of taste and smell. However, if you've ever had a sinus infection, you know that you can lose your taste of sense of smell and taste. I had to think of what I was talking about. It's nothing to worry about. My snot, if you want the TMI, my snot is in the thick white stage, so I'm pretty sure it's probably going to go yellow here either tomorrow or the next day. And I had to Google the snot phases, which sounds really gross, because I know that it went from like clear running, kind of like rain or like water, went up my nose, and now it's thick and white. And the next step is yellow. You kind of want the yellow stuff because that means that your body is finally fighting whatever infection you have. Green is a severe infection. Green kind of requires antibiotics from the actual prescription from the doctor. So right now, I told Jim, because Jim was kind of worried about me, to go to the hospital because, like, obviously there's like no doctor place open. I mean, there's urgent care, but we can't afford urgent care. And the hospital, like I said, I think this was yesterday, I can go there. I can call before I go there. But they're honestly not going to really do anything. They will hook me up probably to a baby thing, like put the band thingy over my belly. Maybe, I don't know. I've never been pregnant with this bad of a sinus infection. I've been sick in pregnancy before, but not to the point where like all of this is so clogged. I'm trying to avoid using nasal spray a lot. I am putting Vicks on my chest as much as I can and underneath my nose. It just literally feels like somebody punched me in it feels like my nose is broken. I've never broke my, not that I know of, I've never broken my nose. I swear I've probably broken it when I was little from either tumbling or rollerblading, because like I said, this side is deviated a little, so it's like inside, and I can't breathe to begin with, but it literally feels like somebody punched me in my nose and punched me like right up here, like right up here. So it's not my teeth. It's definitely sinuses, which really sucks. And I probably shouldn't be vlogging this, but I'm trying to vlog this because in case it is COVID, that would suck because I don't want Jim to miss another day, another week of work quarantining. He feels so bad, you guys. Like, I mean, not sick-wise, but he feels so guilty. Like, there's a mitten by my feet. He feels like he got me sick, but what he had, I know I mentioned this, but what he had was different than mine. Mine is purely a sinus infection. He looked like death for 3 days. So, and I apologize if I'm repeating this, but yeah, I'm trying to stay hydrated. When I had the oatmeal and the honey water, it's like I could tell it was honey. I could tell it was honey in the back of my throat. I could kind of taste it. But when I had the chili, because I thought, if I can't taste the spice in the chili, yeah. But that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to do everything I can at home that I know that the doctors will tell me to do. And if I need antibiotics, like from the doctor, prescription or whatever, I can go and get some. It's not like it's that big of a deal. It kind of is, but I'm trying to hold off until Monday. And then maybe go down to the social services here in town and see what they say. Because I really don't want to go to the hospital because, I mean, our hospital, like I said, allowed somebody to die. I'm sure they didn't allow it, but they were waiting forever and then they died in the waiting room. So, and I know that pregnancy, you get priority, but I don't want to take that risk of going there. I don't have the energy or the patience to sit there for hours in a really bright waiting room. So that's where I'm at right now. I have to let you guys go because I have literally 5 of my 6 of my animals in the bathroom with me right now. Yeah. On that note, I will keep you guys informed. 20 weeks starts tomorrow. Oh, update. I was really, really, really worried about the babies and the sickness, but after I ate the chili, I felt the move. So I know that they're still really, really small, so I shouldn't panic. But in my head, I was severely panicking because I was like, oh my God, like, they're not moving. I can't feel the move. What's going on? What's wrong? But I think it's because I'm in so much pain in my head that everything is distracting me from everything else that I can't process them moving. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today.